What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a wonderful night. This is Positive Ops Rod, and I am back with another video. And all I gotta say is, congrats to the Philadelphia Eagles. I know I am very late for this. It's just because yesterday I was very emotional after getting dominated, or should I say, demolished by the Philadelphia Eagles. And as a Chief fan myself, who has been a fan of this team for almost 14 years, this has to be one of the worst games that I have ever seen the Chiefs play, especially in the big stage. This is totally embarrassing. What kind of performance did we just put up yesterday? Only 22 points. I understand the Eagles have a good defense, but still, we did not expect this game to be a blowout. But it was. The Chiefs weren't capitalizing on opportunities. And all I gotta say is props to the Eagles. Congrats to Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, even though Saquon Barkley didn't do anything. We actually locked up Saquon Barkley, but we couldn't defend A.J. Brown nor Devontae Smith to save our lives. Shit, we couldn't even defend Jalen Hurts to save our lives. We couldn't even get pressure on Jalen Hurts. Our secondary was non existent. And also, another thing, on the offensive side, even worse, receivers dropping passes. Kelsey is not the same anymore. I think he should just retire, in my opinion, because he has not played the same ever since Taylor Swift came in to the picture. Our offensive line got absolutely demolished by the Eagles D line. They got fucking posterized. Patrick Mahomes was running for his life every motherfucking snap. But all I gotta say is congrats to the Eagles. They were the better team. Congrats to the real and chill Eagle fans. Y'all deserve it. But for the cocky Eagle fans and for the bandwagon Eagle fans, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to start arguments. But either way, congrats to the Eagles. You guys were a better team offensively and defensively. You guys were just a better team all around. And for the Chiefs, we have a lot of things to freaking fix on this roster. We have a lot of free agents coming in into this 2025 offseason. This is so embarrassing. It's going to take me weeks to get over this freaking hump, but still, as a Chief fan myself, and like I said, I've been a fan of this team for almost 14 years. I'm gonna turn 23 this year. I've been a fan of this team for since I was 9 years old. And all I gotta say is this was one of the worst performances I have ever seen in my entire life. Not as worse as Super Bowl 55, but it's one of the worst. It's on my top five worst performances that I have ever seen the Chiefs play. I have a I used to have a couple friends who were Eagle fans, even though we don't talk anymore. I wish I could just say congratulations because they deserved it more than us. We didn't play like we were hungry for the Super Bowl. The Eagles play like they were actually hungry for the Super Bowl. And all I gotta say is they they schooled us. They had the right plan for us. They had the right technique, and props to that Eagles defensive coordinator for pressuring Mahomes. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing when he was bringing pressure. And the fact is that all those 6 sacks that the Eagles got weren't even from blitz. They were just dropping 4 or 3, and Mahomes was still pressured. That just shows you how bad our offensive line is, or should I say, how non existent our offensive line is. Joe Tooney, our all pro guard, who is probably one of our best offensive linemen we have on this freaking interior, he was playing at left tackle, but he got absolutely demolished by that freaking defensive end from the Eagles. I forgot his name, but still, it's freaking embarrassing, man. This is not as worse as the freaking Super Bowl 55 performances. At least we scored 3 touchdowns, but that was during garbage time, so who gives a shit? All I gotta say is the Chiefs were non existent throughout the whole freaking game. Charles Omenihu, Chris Jones, and that D line, they did a good job on containing Saquon Barkley because Saquon Barkley only had 25 rushes for 50 yards. But still, it wasn't enough. I felt like they were more focused on Barkley instead of A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. They forgot that the Eagles' offense has weapons too, not just Saquon Barkley. You forgot about Jalen Hurts. You forgot about A.J. Brown. You forgot about Devontae Smith. You forgot about Dallas Goedert and all these other guys they have. Their O-line is still good. The defense, absolutely. They were just all over the field against our offense, causing not only 6 sacks, not one, not two, but three freaking turnovers. Yeah, I know I am a little emotional still, but not as emotional as yesterday because yesterday was a complete disaster. We had the opportunity to make history, to be the first ever team to win three straight Super Bowls, to be the first ever NFL, or should I say football team, to win three Super Bowls and to have a three-peat. But it did not happen. We were close. Actually, I shouldn't say we were close because due to the score, it didn't felt like we were close to that three-peat. The way how we were playing in the Super Bowl, it was absolutely terrible. It was absolutely freaking terrible. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what the fuck happened. But I'm just freaking done, man. I'm just freaking done. This was not the same Chiefs team I saw freaking throughout the whole freaking regular season and throughout the whole playoff run. This was not the same Chiefs team I saw during the regular season and throughout the whole playoff run. They look like a complete freaking dumpster truck out there. But the Eagles, congrats to Nick Sirianni. Congrats to that whole defensive coaching staff from the Eagles, like Vic Fangio and all these other guys they have, because you guys had the right game plan to fucking stop Mahomes. You had the right game plan. And I'm going to give it to you guys. I'm giving it to you guys. You guys had the right game plan. And all I got to say is we will see what will happen in the offseason because DeAndre Hopkins didn't show up. Marquise Brown didn't show up. The only person that actually showed up was Xavier Worthy, and he had 2 touchdowns yesterday. But all of that just to get fucking demolished. All of that just to get freaking manhandled and ass whooped by the fucking Eagles. I could be a very emotional person sometimes, especially when it comes to these kinds of games. But at the same time, I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna break my computer or anything because that's just stupid and I'm gonna make myself look bad. It happens though. We're not always going to win every freaking season or every freaking year, but still. But anyway, guys, this was totally unexpected. But congrats to the Eagles for winning Super Bowl 59. Now I gotta wait until Super Bowl 60. Imagine if the Chiefs go back to the Super Bowl next season and then all of a sudden they play like shit in San Francisco again. I remember back in Super Bowl 57, we put up a good offensive matchup against the Eagles. But yesterday, it was not the same. It was a complete different story. It was a complete different ball game. Even New Orleans is laughing at us for the way how we played. But all I gotta say is the Eagles are the champions, and we gotta respect that. We're not the reigning champions anymore. We're not. Off to next season, or should I say off to the off season, because we still have a long way to freaking go for the freaking regular season. The regular season doesn't start until September, so I shouldn't be worried about it right now. I should be more worried about our free agency. Actually, I should be worried about another sport. I should be more worried about hockey, my LA Kings, since we are in third place in the Pacific Division behind the Golden Knights and the Edmonton Oilers. I'm going to focus on hockey now, and we will see what happens with the LA Kings. But for the Chiefs, I hope they do something good in the offseason. I hope they fucking do, especially in the draft. That's all I gotta say. But I hope you guys enjoy. It's Positive Vibes Rod, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But to all the Eagle fans out there, including the true Eagle fans, congratulations. You guys deserve it more than us. And I will see you guys next season because I know we will be playing against the Eagles at Arrowhead next season. Because we're going to be facing the NFC East and the AFC South and one NFC North opponent next season. But now I got to focus on hockey. I'm also going to focus on basketball too, even though I'm just a casual Laker fan. But I'm going to focus on hockey. And baseball season is just around the corner, even though I'm just a casual Dodger fan as well. But I don't mind watching baseball once in a while. But I'm more of a football and hockey guy. So I'm excited for this upcoming games for the LA Kings. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Positive Vibes Rod, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.